Howdy, and thank you for joining me under these unfortunate circumstances. I would like to preface this with giving my absolute sincere condolences to the Kirk family. I'm utterly in disbelief that he was killed yesterday. Although I don't agree with all of his political beliefs, he was still a father, a husband, and a son. You as a viewer may disagree with his takes or methods of discourse, but he still was a human. No human should ever be killed based on their political beliefs, and I'm truly in shock. I would like to make this video about the repercussions and implications of Mr. Kirk's assassination, what this means for our country, and what we need to do as a people to ensure that this does not become the genesis of a chain reaction for broader political unrest. With that being said, let's begin. Imagine waking up tomorrow and seeing that a political leader you disagreed with, or maybe even hated, had been murdered. Would you feel a sense of relief? Or would you feel the chill go down your spine for a society crossing a threshold that it could never uncross? That's where we're heading, because disagreement is part of freedom, but violence is not. In ancient Rome, it started with one senator murdered in the Forum. Within a generation, daggers replaced debates, and the Republic was gone. In the French Revolution, protests for liberty spiraled into the Reign of Terror. Neighbors turned on neighbors. The guillotine replaced the ballot box, and in an age that promised freedom, delivered blood instead. In America, the assassinations of Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., and John F. Kennedy are more than just lives that have been taken. They tore holes in the national fabric that have never fully healed. Every one of these tragedies shows the same truth. Political violence never ends where it begins. It doesn't stop with your enemy. It poisons the entire well for the society. That is why I believe, no matter our political opinions and how they may vary, we must draw a line here. No one should ever lose their life over what they believe. Not the left, not the right, not anyone in between. Once we allow violence to become a part of politics, by any means, the idea of America has died with it. And here's the part that we don't want to admit. We're failing at this pretty horribly. Too often, violence is excused when it comes to targeting the other side. Too often, people who preach tolerance celebrate the destruction when it suits them. Hypocrisy is not leadership. Vengeance is not justice. But beyond politics, let's talk about the human cost. Behind every headline is a family. A mother who will never see their child again or hear their voice. A child who will grow up without a father. A spouse who will spend decades grieving what should have been. No policy disagreement is worth that kind of pain. So where do we go from here? I know it's a short video, but we must choose the harder road. Persuasion over force. Ballots over bullets. Conviction without violence. We must teach our children that freedom means the right to speak, to disagree, even to offend, but never with the right to kill. Because once politics turns into a blood sport, there is no return. The ballot box is replaced by the bullet, and history shows that when this happens, liberty does not survive. But if we do reject violence, if we argue fiercely, debate passionately, and refuse to cross that final line, then America can still be what it was once meant to be, a nation where differences are resolved with words, not weapons. This is our choice: collapse or renewal. Division or unity, violence or freedom. And here's my short call to you. If you believe America can still be saved, then don't be silent. Speak up. Share your message. Help build a culture where we solve our differences with ideas, not intimidation. Thank you for your time. Subscribe if you want to be part of the movement, because the only way we can stop the fall is by standing together. Please spread this message. God bless. God bless Charlie Kirk's family.